Hi there. Well, today's video is going to be all about my morning skincare routine. I thought that I had done one of these in the past year or so, but when I was going back through my videos, I realized it's actually been 2 years. I think 2 years this month since I've done a morning and evening skincare routine type video. So I am way overdue to share what I'm using now. I would suspect some of the products are the same, but I know that there are some new ones in here as well. I do have a couple of favorites. I know there's at least one brand that I'm really loyal to, and I don't think that that's changed too much. But in any case, I'm going to start by sharing with you the products that I use in the morning, and then I will do a separate video on the evening products so this doesn't get too terribly long. Okay, so starting with cleansing in the morning, I do cleanse every day and I like to use a cleanser, not just water. So my current favorite and one that I mentioned in my most recent favorites video is the Cetaphil Daily Facial Cleanser. And I'm always careful to point out that this is the Daily Facial Cleanser, not the Gentle Skin Cleanser, because I think the Gentle Skin Cleanser is their original and more popular product, but I really like the Daily Facial Cleanser because it is for normal to oily skin, which is what I have. I tend to be combination and especially oily through my T-zone, although as I'm getting older I am experiencing some dryness, but this has kept my skin really balanced and really happy. I'm just so surprised that I've been able to use this during this drier time, and then we do have some days of humidity here recently, and it's still keeping my skin just relatively balanced and normal throughout the day, which I really like, and it doesn't cause any irritation. But I will tell you that it does have fragrance to it, so if you are fragrance sensitive, this may not be the right product for you. It doesn't linger, of course, after you rinse, but some people just don't like that experience even when you're cleansing. But really like this. It's just a clear cleanser. It's not a high foaming cleanser. It foams just a little bit, but just enough in my opinion, and I really can't say enough good things about it. I just purchased this large 16-ounce size because I'd used up the smaller one I was trying out, and but I'm happy to be using that for quite some time to come. Then the next step, well, actually one more thing that I do, not every single day, but I would say maybe 2 or 3 days a week, is I like to exfoliate my skin in the shower as well. And I've talked about this so many times. My favorite exfoliating scrub is the Bliss Micro Magic. I used to purchase this through Sephora, but I've noticed it's no longer available there, but Ulta does still have it online. So I really just love the way this works. It does have a pretty strong minty feeling to it. I like that cool, invigorating feeling on my skin. I really like the very microfine granules that are in here, the pumice. It does just such a really nice job of exfoliating my skin. It leaves it very soft and smooth, and because it does have that mintiness to it, I feel like it's really refreshing in the morning, so it's something I look forward to. I just don't like to overdo it. I think too much of a good thing can be bad for your skin. You don't want to irritate it by over exfoliating, but I do think once in a while this is a really good thing to do. So despite my oily combination skin, something I have to do every day is hydrate, especially because of the retin-A that I use in the evening. My skin will peel, so I kind of alternate between a couple of different things. One of my favorite facial moisturizers is the CeraVe PM. Now they do have an AM version with SPF 30, but most days I really like this. I tend to wear IT Cosmetics CC cream with SPF 50 most days, so I don't mind using something without SPF for my moisturizer if I know that I'm going to be wearing this afterwards. The CeraVe is just one of those products that I mentioned I'm very loyal to. I'm very brand loyal to CeraVe. I've been using this for quite a long time, and what I like about it is that it has just the right consistency for my skin. It's not too greasy for a daytime moisturizer, but it's hydrating enough. It doesn't cause my skin to get over oily. It does sink in pretty quickly, so my skin will feel hydrated and balanced, but not greasy, and then not too tight either. Sometimes you can put on a really thin gel moisturizer that's intended for more oily or acne prone skin, and it seems like it kind of just goes away and never feels like you used anything to begin with. But this just has always done a really good job, so this is something I recently repurchased because I always want to have it on hand. Now, having said that, once in a while, if I know that I'm not going to be wearing makeup, or I know that my sun exposure is going to be a little bit more limited, I do like to use something with SPF, and my favorite product for this is the Olay Complete for sensitive skin with SPF 15. This is again a really perfect weighted moisturizer for my skin. I like that, again, it's not too greasy. This is not going to leave a white cast because it's not thick like that on your skin, so it does absorb completely, and it is invisible, and this works really well with makeup. And it's very gentle. I know some people can have problems with sunscreens, and so I've had that experience as well. Will cause some breakouts on my skin, but not with this one. I really love this. I also want to mention the type of sunscreen that this uses, because I know some people are very particular about the type of sunscreen that they use because their skin can be more sensitive to one version or the other. So I'm probably going to fumble this a little bit, but it has 6% octinoxate and 3% zinc oxide. So I really can't recommend this enough. This is just a really nice sunscreen. It's not something you want to wear, of course, for like an all day out at the beach, but for just a little bit of sun protection, something under makeup, this works really well. And it also would be a really nice body lotion if you wanted a little bit of protection on your chest and arms and things like that. Okay, a couple more things. I have an eye cream that I like to use, and this is my daytime only eye cream. I like it for a couple of reasons. Well, let me just go ahead and tell you what it is first. This is the Origins Ginseng. I've been using this for a while now too. The thing that I think I love most about it is twofold. First of all, it adds a little bit of brightening under your eyes, and also it sinks in nicely and allows my makeup concealer to go over the top really nicely. So I just want to open this up and show you on the inside. So it has a peach color to it. Now that doesn't act as a corrector. It's not really thick. It does sink in, but it has just this very subtle light reflecting property to it, which I really love. And it just brightens that area in a really subtle way. And I will tend to use this even if I'm not wearing makeup, just to wake up that under eye area a little bit. So if I'm having a day where I'm going to maybe just throw in a little bit of mascara and lip balm, I will still pat this under my eyes, and I feel like it kind of just makes me look a little bit more refreshed and awake. But this is a really nice product, and it doesn't cause any of that milia under my eyes either, which is really important to me because that does happen for me very often. Once I find an under eye cream that I really like, I don't really want to switch because I've had so many that cause that milia, and I just hate that. It takes forever for them to go away. So I also have a different eye cream for night that I'm going to share with you in that video, but for day, that is what I really enjoy. Moving on to a little bit of a treatment that I've been using recently, and I think this was something that I also mentioned in a favorites video. This is the CeraVe Healing Ointment. I bought this size just to try it out because I didn't know that much about it, but I am going to be repurchasing the normal full-size tube of this once this is out. But I've really been enjoying this for not only my lips, but the end of my nose. I think I mentioned in the video where I talked about this that the end of my nose tends to really peel, especially this time of year when it's more dry outside and my allergies are really going. So I'm always blowing my nose, but then the end of my nose will just peel, and sometimes right around my mouth too. So I don't want anything too heavy on my entire face, but I do need to really spot treat that area. So I've really been enjoying this. If you are a fan of Aquifer from Eucerin, you're going to be familiar with this type of product. It's similar. It's not quite as thick. I find that if you rub this in, this will sink in, where for me the Aquifer just never really will, but it does still have quite a bit of hydrating properties, and it does still create a very moisturizing barrier. So this isn't something I would be comfortable like slathering all over my face or anything, but for spot treating really dry areas, I really like this. And then the final thing that I do every day before I'm getting ready or when I'm putting on my makeup is I have to have some sort of lip treatment on my lips. So I have a couple that I like. One is a drugstore option and then one's a little bit higher end. So a classic for me is Nivea Kiss of Moisture. I think actually my husband got me started on this because he likes this one so much, but it doesn't have any color to it. It has a very soft fragrance, I would say. Maybe it's a little bit of a powdery smell. It's not really offensive or anything like that, but this does a really nice job of just sort of prepping my lips for lipstick and just keeping them soft and nicely hydrated throughout the morning. And then if I'm not using that, the other thing that I really love, this was another favorite that I mentioned a while back, is the Clinique Intensive Repair Wear Lip Treatment, or I think I might have got that backwards, Repair Wear Intensive Lip Treatment. What I like about this is that it has absolutely no fragrance or scent, or excuse me, flavor to it whatsoever. This will add just a little very subtle sheen to your lips, but it's extremely hydrating. I really, really love this product. I don't tend to use it just in the mornings as often because it is more expensive to replace than this Nivea would be, but this is really a go-to for me when my lips are really dried out during the day. And a lot of times I will just carry this in my purse because I know I will want to apply it, especially later in the day, but really does a good job of keeping my lips nice and soft. So that is it. That is everything that is in my morning skincare routine, and be on the lookout for the second half of this video, the PM skincare routine, which I will put up in a day or so. So I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.